Hey, it's Dunstan, and today I want to share with you some of the teachings that one of my teachers has passed on to me. So my good friend William Whitecloud is the author of a book called The Last Shamen, and his first book was called The Magician's Way, and it was given to me by a friend, quite a random pick, at an amazing time in my life when I was really depressed, and it was perfect. The book really helped me to shift things around and start to go in a more positive direction. So, what am I going to share with you today? Well, the first thing is absolute responsibility. So, some people in life go through life and things happen to them, and sometimes good things happen, and sometimes bad things happen. Good and bad, and in either case they kind of act like they're a stick on the stream of life, just being taken with the flow wherever it goes. And if something good happens, that's great, but when things don't go quite according to plan, they become a victim. And what does it take to shift from being a victim to being a victor, to being someone who actually is a powerful creator who actually creates amazing things in their life? Now, I'm not sure if you're going to like this, but the first step is to actually realize that you are creating everything in your life, every experience in your life. So the first step to that is to take responsibility for your reaction to what happens. So, if someone's acting a certain way to you, well, you can choose how you respond. But to go one step further, it's like, if someone's acting in a way you don't like, what if you actually created that? Now, that can be very challenging, especially for someone who's identified with being a victim and who's identified with things happening to them. But William helped me to see how everything in my life is what I'm creating. And the moment I could start to actually admit that, if something's not going how I want it to go in my life and I want to change it, how powerful is it for me, first of all, to go, yes, I'm creating that. Even though it might be the last thing I want to own up to go, yes, I'm actually creating that, probably from my unconscious, probably because of something that happened to me in the past where I shut down to stay safe, but yes, I'm creating that, and now I can choose to create something different. So, what I got from William's work, the amazing week that I spent working with William, was to acknowledge that I'm creating everything. Some of it from my amazing higher self, some of it from my shadow self that has stuff that's unresolved, and some of it from what are the thoughts in my head. So this is like the organic, biodynamic version of The Secret. Okay, like The Secret's like the glossy version. The Secret's kind of like the nice, happy, smiley version. This is the version of creating stuff, of manifesting stuff, which really goes into the dark places as well. So, the other thing I want to share with you today is about tension. And William taught me this idea of creative tension. So, if I'm here and I want to get to here, let's say for sake of argument that my income is $4,000 per month and I want my income to be $10,000 per month. So what do you notice? Well, there's a gap right there. Now, before I worked with William, I was kind of afraid to really say what I wanted and really go for it. And I was afraid of feeling that discomfort. Now, whether it's a financial goal or whether it's someone who wants to have an amazing heart-connected relationship and they feel where they are right now is that they feel very lonely, it doesn't matter. Whatever the area of life it is, that there's something here to choose, there's something to go for, first of all is to know that it's okay to want to go for something and to have dreams and to have a vision. And second is to actually use that gap to your advantage. And here's how. So let's start with the simple example. So say someone's earning $4,000 a month and they want to be bringing in 10,000 a month. So it creates a gap. Now, this elastic band can demonstrate that. Here's where the person wants to be, and here's where the person is currently. Now, this is quite a powerful system, just as it is. To be connected to both of those things is very powerful. Now, what people tend to do is they don't want to feel uncomfortable. So they do all sorts of things to try and resolve that tension. First of all, they might not have a dream, and they might not have this peg of what they want and just accept and be resigned to where they're at, because then there's less tension on the elastic band and it doesn't feel as uncomfortable. Or they might be someone who's just totally dreaming. They're always identified what they're going to do in the future, but there's no connection to where they are right now, so there's no tension in the elastic band, and they're just dreaming in the future, but there's nothing chunky. However, what if we can be connected to both? Now, William talks about this. He describes this as being like the bow and arrow kind of idea, where the further you are from what you want, the more power and force there is to propel you forward to what you want. And even if you have a setback, even if you have, the person earning 4,000 has a month where they only earn 3,000, it's like, wow, there's even more stretch. And the trick is to hang on to that vision, not through effort, but through imagination and intuition, and to actually be able to just stay connected to that vision. And what I've found, it's not always a simple linear process. It really often doesn't happen in ways that I expect or can predict. But what I've found is that I can either be connected to my vision and have this tension or not. And the times when I am, it just feels good to be alive, to be connected to my visions. And I've created some amazing things that I didn't expect I would even be able to create. So the trick is to, the way a magician lives, as William would put it, is to stay connected to both and not collapse and give up on what you really want, and to be connected where you are. So the third and final thing I want to share with you about William's work is he's the only person I've ever come across who has a system for teaching intuition, for teaching people to access their intuition. And some people are naturally very intuitive. I'm pretty intuitive naturally, so I love this system. But it's like if I'm teaching someone how to swim, anyone can learn to swim if they know the right steps. And it's the same with intuition. William teaches people to develop that capacity with a very simple little process. So to actually draw not just on the information that's available to the logical, rational mind, but also to tap into some of the unseen, some of the information that isn't readily obvious, some of the information that's hidden beneath the surface. And so those are some of the ideas that you can start to apply straight away. Like a simple example would be to notice where in your life you go to addictive behaviors. Now, it could be something obvious like a drug, or something like tobacco, or it could be something like sex or shopping or work or the internet or Facebook or pornography. Whatever the addiction is to actually go, what am I running away from? What is it I don't want to feel? And actually go into that feeling and feel it, because chances are it's the very same creative tension which feels uncomfortable, but it's going to help you to get and create what you actually want. So once you can see that, you can start to be a more powerful creator. So thanks for listening. I totally recommend you working with William if you're interested in creating things that you want in your life, and if you're not afraid to, if you have the courage to be able to feel discomfort and you want to develop your intuition. So I hope that's been useful, and I'm going to sign off there, and I'm going to be doing some more of William's work soon, and I may see you there. If you have any questions about what I got from it, about how it might work for you, I'm totally happy to talk with you about it, because I really rate William's work. And if you feel called to it, I know that it will, I've seen it transform my friends' lives as well. So yeah, give it a go, check it out, and you will not regret it. I'll catch you later. Bye.